Hey everybody, it's Tony here from mapsforkids.com. And talk today a little bit about different games that are out there right now. A lot of fuss about Wordle, Worldle, two different Worldles. The first one is Wordle, and that's really just a game here. NewYorkTimes.com, not sure if they're the ones who started it, but yeah. The idea, pick a 5-letter word, you have 5 tries, new puzzle every day. So, nice fun thing that you get to do every day. But what's interesting is now that there have been a couple of games that have come out called Worldle, with world instead of word. And one of them is called WorldleDaily. And I've been talking with the guy who created this, and he's allowed me to embed it here into my mapsforkids.com website. So you can see that embedded there. His actual site is here. You get the full screen version. So yeah, really cool thing about saying, okay, we're somewhere in the world, Google Maps Street View, and you got to try to figure out where it is. And I wanted to give a couple of tips about how I think it's a good way to go about trying to do this. Sometimes it's pretty obvious, but you only get 6 tries, so if you don't get within 200 meters, you lose, which is a little disappointing, but it's definitely worth playing, giving a try, just to see if you can get that close that quick. And one of the main tips that I always try to look for is right away see, are there signs? Are there street signs, or is there something about the architecture, or something about the place that looks interesting, that you might be able to pick up on where it might be. So today, April 28th, 2022, this is the image that we're getting. We have a canal, we have cobblestone streets, we have some architecture that looks very, I'm not sure if the right word is Tudor or something like that. So you get a sense right away that it's Europe. And you probably get a sense that it's Northern Europe. Maybe not as far north as Scandinavia, but definitely somewhere in northwestern Europe. The next thing I say is, okay, I do see a sign here, and because this is Google Street View, you can double click or scroll mouse, and you actually see this Quai de la Poissonnerie. So looks like the quay of the fishermen, and the signs are in French, and it says Le Petit Venise, and there's a museum of history, national, and ethnography. So the language is French. So what do we think here? It's France, or it's Belgium, southern Belgium. Those are really the only 2 options. So the next thing to do is to go down to the map here, and kind of zoom in a little bit on the map, and take the pin and drag it up to what I'll say take it up to northern France, because southern France, it's probably not going to be, because 1, the architecture is a little different, and 2, the weather and stuff just doesn't look like that in southern France, down in the French Riviera. So I'm going to drop that pin up there in northern France. And it says I'm within 260 kilometers. And what's going to do is it's going to draw a circle now. And that circle says there's somewhere over here by Strasbourg, Mulhouse. So it's on the border between France and Germany, and that architecture did look kind of German. But I guess the northern France, that Alsace region, is going to share a lot of that. So I'm going to bring the icon over here, the pin, and I'm going to drop it, and I'm going to submit again. And now we're within 22 kilometers. So we're getting there, but we have to get down to within 200 meters. So that's kind of tough. But now we're really looking, and the only city of any kind of size here is Colmar. So given how many people we saw in that picture behind there with the canals and stuff, there's a really good chance that it's in the city of Colmar. So I'm going to try to zoom in here, and we can see we're still within our radius of that circle that it drew for us, and see if we can spot you know, the canals in here. It's not super obvious yet, but it's all within, still all within that circle. As you see that white radius line going up there, we're getting a little too far outside town there. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna take a stab at it. And well, where's my pin? I got to go back out to far enough where I can find the pin. See, we left it over here from our last guess, so I'm going to drop it right into that center of Colmar and hit submit. We're down to 1,000 meters. This is good. So once again, we're going to say try again, and now within 1,000 meters here. So chances are we got a little. Is this a river or is this a train track? Hard to say. But yeah, just again, trying to find things. Here we go. We saw on the street sign, Le Petit Venise, and now we're actually over here. And we saw that on that street sign, on that initial image when we zoomed in. So, and there's a picture here, meaning it's a tourist attraction. And look, there we go. There is actually a bridge with a canal when we zoom in far enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep an eye on that. And we're going to get back out where we can find our pin again. And we're going to drag that over here onto the Petit Venise, right over that canal. And hit submit. And we won. So we got lucky. Fourth guess. Wasn't too bad. And yeah, you're in Colmar, France, 900-year-old city, so it gives you a little bit of history and everything there, which is kind of cool. And you can learn more, probably a wiki link or andalus.com. So something about Alsace, France, travel guide. But yeah, cool old city. Took us 6 minutes. We got within 50 meters, 49 meters, which is really great. And yeah, again, just the idea of having fun with this and learning about places, but also kind of having fun with the techniques of trying to zoom in, read things, decide architecture, decide what country you might be in, and see if, you know, like with France, northern France, more of this type of architecture. Southern France, you wouldn't get that. So that really closes down your initial search area to say, okay, probably either in southern Belgium or northern France. So little things like that. And then we saw in the sign Le Petit Venise, and then when we you know, drove in or dove in here, we saw Le Petit Venise as well. So that really helped us, you know, to get within that tight radius to be able to say, okay, and yeah, to see the, you know, the bridge here, and it's probably where the people were taking that picture from, or from this bridge. So I think if we close this now, yeah, there we go. So now we can actually see, you know, there's the bridge, and there's the bridge. So yeah, fun game. So that's the first game. The second game is this Worldle game, same name, different site, by a French guy. And if you like it, buy him a coffee down here at the bottom of the screen. You can see that, because it's I used to be a web developer, and I'm a geographer by education. So I know how hard it is to build some of these games and apps and so on. So, you know, reach out, help them, support them. This one is actually available as an app on the phone. I'll put up a picture here to see that. But yeah, a completely different approach now. You're just getting an outline of a country. And it's interesting because what I show here on the side with the phone app is it's giving me a different country today, which I believe is Haiti, because it just looks a little too weird, and I've kind of seen that profile before with the island in the bay on that west side of the island of Hispaniola. So, you know, Dominican Republic and Haiti. But this to me looks like Greece, and I don't know if it's going to be that easy today. I might be completely wrong, but, you know, what you do is you just come right in here and you say Greece, and, you know, see if that's the guess. Boom. Now, 800 and 65. So, okay. So I got fooled a little bit by thinking all these islands in Greece and that was that. But actually, I'm seeing something different now. I know that I'm 865 kilometers away. Now, you can go to Google Maps and cheat and look around and say, okay, well, what's 865 kilometers away from Greece? 500 miles. If you go south, you're going to be in the Mediterranean or in northern Africa. Now, I don't think there are any northern African countries that look like this. So, what I think is it's going to be up. And what's up from Greece? What's up from Greece is, former Yugoslavia, the Balkan states. And as soon as I realized it wasn't Greece, it was like, oh, okay, so that's the Adriatic coast. So yeah, further up from Greece, up the same way. These barrier islands and all these coastal islands up in here, this to me is starting to look more like it's Croatia. Because over here is where it goes around with the Adriatic to Italy. So I'm gonna give that a guess. But again, trying to just kind of zoom in. No, not Italy. Near Italy, Croatia. Let's try Croatia, or let's put it Italy just to. So we know we're wrong, but our number of kilometers away up here should go down dramatically. So let's guess. And yeah, we're down to 417. So yep, going up the coast there, the Adriatic. I'm really pretty certain now that it's Croatia. So let's put in Croatia and see what we get. And that looks good. We got it. So again, you can go and look, you can share, you can go to Google Maps and see. So I think it's really cool to think through these things from like the first game through human geography clues and places like that, where you say, okay, I can see a bridge, I can see a canal, I can see a sign that says Le Petit Venice, or this one where you say, okay, I see all these barrier islands. And, again, like I said, it looked like Greece because Greece has got this same kind of right turn up in here. Croatia's got that same kind of right turn up in here. So for me, from my memory of country shapes, that was what I was thinking when I first saw this. But yeah, seeing this barrier island stuff on the west coast here, which is much more than Greece. Most of Greece's islands are down in the southeast in the Aegean. But with Croatia, it's up here, and then we said Italy. So Italy is just a lot closer to Croatia than the 865 kilometers were. So we're able to kind of zoom in and localize and figure out what it was based on that. So yeah, 2 different games. We got Worldle, different puzzle every day. As we showed, you can get the app for that as well. WorldleDaily, different website. I'll have all the links in the description below. So take a look at that. Yeah, and you can get that from the App Store and stop by Maps for Kids. Been running Maps for Kids since 2006. Have millions of visitors come to the site. Really trying to help kids kind of understand the world a little bit better, and being able to integrate this kind of content into the website is a lot of fun, and you get to meet cool people who, like the guy who did this WorldDaily. It's great kind of to chat with them and be able to help them as well, because it gets more traffic this way. Maybe I'll get some more traffic this way. Yeah, and try these games because they're just a ton of fun. All right, till next time, see ya.